Hello class, this is Miss Scott, and for tonight's homework we will be looking at how to make a fraction. A fraction is a number that represents an equal part of a whole number. So for example, you can see here that we have this rectangular green bar that has been equally divided into 4 parts. However, the same bar below it is also divided up into 3 parts, but they are not equal. So, to make a fraction, you can only use a whole when it is divided into equal parts. We could not make a fraction with the second bar because the parts are not equal. Now, using this same bar divided into the 4 different parts, let's make a fraction. We already know that there are 4 parts, so that means that each part is 1/4 of the whole bar. So to turn this into a fraction, you would put the amount of parts you are referring to on the top and the total number of parts on the bottom. So each one of these parts are 1/4 of the whole amount. What if you are referring to more than one part? Say if you want 2 parts of this bar, it's still separated into 4 parts in total, but you just want 2 of them. What would that look like as a fraction? Well, the bottom part of the fraction would still remain a 4, but the top part of the fraction would be a 2. So you have 2 parts out of the total 4 parts. The answer is 2/4. What if you wanted 3 parts of this bar? What would that look like as a fraction? Try this one in your head. If you need 3 parts of a whole number that is divided into 4 parts altogether, what would that look like as a fraction? The answer is 3/4. You want 1, 2, 3, 3 parts. So the 3 goes on top, and the total number of parts is 4. So you put that number on the bottom. What if you wanted all 4 parts of the bar? What would that look like as a fraction? Try to do this one in your head and see if you can come up with the right answer. If you came up with 4/4, you are correct. 4/4. You have add all the different parts together. So we're taking all 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're putting that over the total number of parts. Now you may have recognized that this is also the same as 1 whole. Whenever you have the same number on top as it is on bottom, that means you have all the parts involved. And when you have all of the parts, you have the whole thing, the whole one item. Let's try this again. If we took the same bar and we divided it into 8 equal parts, what would that look like? Just imagine that in your head. Hopefully, you pictured something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The bar is divided into 8 equal parts. Now, what would that look like as a fraction if we were just talking about one part of this bar? One part of this bar that is divided into 8 sections, what would that look like as a fraction? The answer is 1/8, because you are talking about one part of something that is divided into 8 sections. What if we were to divide the bar into just 2 equal parts? What would that look like? Imagine it in your head. Hopefully you pictured something like this. The whole bar is split down the middle into 2 equal parts. Now what would that look like as a fraction? The answer is 1/2. We are looking at one part of a whole that is divided into 2 parts total. 1/2, also known as 1/2. When you are making fractions, there is some important vocabulary that you should know. The number on the top of the fraction, so the number of parts that you are referring to, is called the numerator. Right here, numerator. The number on the bottom of the fraction, also known as the total number of parts that that whole number is divided into, is called the denominator. So it's important to remember as we move forward learning about fractions, the top number is the numerator and the bottom number is the denominator. Now let's look at some other shapes that can be divided equally, such as boxes or circles. Here we have a circle divided into 3 equal parts. Now what would this look like as a fraction if we were just looking at one part of this circle? So we want one part when there are 3 parts in total. What does that fraction look like? You are right if you answered 1/3, 1/3. What if we wanted 2 parts of this particular circle? What would that look like as a fraction? So we want both the blue and the orange parts. What would that look like as a fraction? We want 2 parts out of the 3 parts total. You would be correct if you answered 2/3. 2 of 3 parts is the same as saying 2/3. What if we wanted all 3 parts? What would that look like as a fraction? Hopefully you came up with 3/3. There are 3 parts total, and we have chosen to look at all 3 parts. Now we looked at this example when we were looking at the rectangular bar, and hopefully you can remember what this is the same as. When you have all the parts of the whole, it's the same as having 1. So if you have 3 parts of a circle that's divided into 3 parts, then you have 1 circle. You have the whole number. Now, let's look at this box and turn that into a fraction. We can see that the box is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So what would the fraction look like if we were looking at just one part of this box? One part when there are 6 parts total. What does that look like as a fraction? You would be correct if you answered 1/6, also known as 1/6 of the box. Now let's try this in reverse. Let's look at the fraction 4/6, and I want you to imagine what that would look like in the graph format. So if I were to ask you to draw me a box that represents this fraction 4/6, what would that look like? Hopefully you imagine something like this. The box is again divided into 6 parts, and 4 of the parts are shaded in. That actually concludes your homework for tonight on fractions, learning about how to make a fraction. If you would like some more information on this topic, please visit these 2 YouTube channels that I have put here in this PowerPoint. And please feel free to ask me any questions in class tomorrow. And tomorrow in class, we will actually have the opportunity to practice identifying and creating your own fractions. I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Bye-bye.